What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Shop Talk Tuesday Live. If this is your first time here, thanks. If not, let me know where you're chiming in from in the comments, and we'll get ready to get set up here very, very shortly. Jennifer says, "Happy Tuesday, Nathan, and good viewers." What's up, Jennifer? Hey, so if you want to, so Jennifer, if you want to set up your consultation because you are over on Patreon in the top tier, let's set it up sometime. You let me know, send me a message, either Instagram or Patreon. Let me know when you're available and we can work something out. How's that sound? Can you guys hear me okay too? Let me know if you can hear me. Renee Porter says hello from Virginia Beach. Hey, Mom. Chad says, hey, brother. What's up, Chad? Coleman, Great Falls, Montana. Renee says loud and clear. Jeff Smith says, yep, can hear me good. Okay, cool. Sean Fiddler says, what's good? What's good, Sean? Debbie says, hi from Canada. What's going on, Debbie? All right, guys. So if you have been following the channel, there's a few things that are coming up here very shortly. So we will be finishing the dining table this week. It may not go to video until next week, but I'm finally almost done with that. The legs have been painted. The stringer or the stretcher, whichever you want to call it, the cross brace between the legs is almost finished. Got it cut to length and planed down and all that. So I got to cut the tenons on that, and then that will be done. And then we'll be done with the table. So if you guys saw when Hector welded them, we had some little adjustable feet, but the problem was they were too tall and they made the legs stick up off the ground, and it looks super weird. Left like a really weird gap on the bottom. So he's going to go and change those and make it so it's still adjustable, but super low profile, so it doesn't look like the legs are standing up off the ground. So that'll be cool. It'll be something we'll show in the video. Claude says hello from California. Marmol from Argentina. Thanks for chiming in. Steve says, good to be here on Tuesday live chat. What's up, Steve? And Ricky says, hello from Ohio. Navarre, Ohio. Did I say that right? Nick Shaw says, Nate, I'm here, buddy. What's up, Nick? How you doing, man? Long time no see. Hey, Chad, what's up? I appreciate that. Hit me up with the $3 super chat. So, guys, I'm going to roll into what we're going to be talking about tonight. If you guys saw the title, it kind of says, what do you want? And this is going to be an open discussion with you all who are some of my core subscribers and followers that chime in here every week on Tuesday. So this will be a good Q&A session as usual. But what I wanted to kick it off with was with this question. And you guys can comment there, leave a super chat if you want to support the channel. But really, I want to leave it open to what do you guys want to see video-wise on the channel? Are there some things that I haven't shown that you want to see? And if you haven't seen something, let me know here in the comments, and then that way I can get some videos out that you guys actually want to watch. The reason why I said that is because the old cell phone case, it didn't do too well. Actually, it did terrible. Didn't seem like very many people wanted to watch that one, and that's okay. That's the part of something I got to learn to see what you guys like. I know it didn't have any epoxy in it, but sometimes I want to just make something out of wood without the epoxy. However, an epoxy case would look pretty sweet. But as always, what do you guys want to see? I would love. Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for the super chat. So, all that to say, what do you guys want to see on my channel? Chad Henwood says, I liked it, bro. Hey, Chad, I appreciate that, man. And Chad says, sorry for being so cheap. Let's say, yeah, right, man. Thanks for giving at all. I really appreciate it. And it looks like Steve is #1 fan. He's got the emoji going, #1 fan. Ricky, he says, have you ever used liquid glass epoxy? I love it. So a while ago, yes, I have used liquid glass. As a matter of fact, my desktop, which you guys can't see, is what's my computer sitting on right now. I have a video of making that, and I did use it. However, I used it improperly. It was totally my fault, and I actually got a bad rap from the liquid glass guys. They sent me out a free kit just to try out, and I was really looking forward to using it. Now I had a bunch of wood that was super dry and a little bit on the punky side, so it absorbed all of it. I mixed it up and poured it in and just soaked it in. It was done, and I felt really bad about it. And they saw the video and actually got pretty upset. They said that pretty much that I didn't represent them well, and I apologized. However, Total Boat did reach out right after that, and I didn't ask, but sent me enough to finish the table, which I really appreciate. Now, I did try to reach back out to Liquid Glass, but they didn't really want to have anything to do with me, so that's kind of where it ended there. Oh, look, Renee Porter speaking Spanish. They speak Spanish in Argentina. And so yeah, so liquid glass, it was a really good product. What I did like about liquid glass was that how thin it was. It looked like it. So Ricky, tell me what are your experiences with it? It was sets up. It takes a little while to set up, but it was really good. It just took a little while to set up. That was my only issue with it, but that's not even really an issue. I like that because the bubbles are going to escape from the epoxy. Steve says, how about Upstart epoxy? Now, Steve, I just like you, I've started seeing these things on Facebook pop up here and there, and I have not tried it. They seem to be throwing up a lot of ads and things like that, but I haven't. It looks like it'll work. I have not. You know what else has come out too is Alumilite has dropped some casting epoxy too, which I'm kind of curious to see how that works because they claim the same thing, like super clear, no bubbles. I'm always curious to try some of those things because, especially the clear, no bubble stuff, it's almost you can do that, right? Obviously, it's possible, but it's really hard to get absolutely zero bubbles when you're pouring one big thick slab. It'll look clear when you look from the top, but if you look from the side, you can see a bunch of small micro bubbles in there. Ricky says that's a shame. Less bubbles and consistency. Yeah. Chad says smash that like button, you guys. I appreciate that. Whenever you guys hit the like button, it also puts me higher in the queue so that more people can see this content. So I did notice there was a couple of people that have reached out, and here are some of the big questions, and you guys let me know if it's something that you want to see too. A few people have asked, how did I get my name out there? How do I generate sales or income, things like that? That was one big question. I may do a video on that. There's a few people that asked about sanding and polishing. So sanding individually from the polishing part, but how to sand, right? So if you guys would be interested in how to sand something, that's also a video I've been thinking about doing. And then lastly was I get a lot of questions about polishing the surface. And I may just do a video specifically on polishing epoxy. That way, if you guys don't want a flood coat, but you still want a high gloss finish, then I could do a video on polishing as well. Let me know in the comments. Steve says, I got some Upstart. They had a video using measuring, then I get a text saying I should weigh it out. So okay, so Steve, so the Upstart epoxy is measured by weight or volume? Is that what you're saying, that you you have a video, or they have a video when they're going by volume, but then you got a text saying that you should weigh it? That's very strange. Wow. Yeah, see, I always wonder about that. Most of the epoxies that I've used have always been volume. However, some of them have had, excuse me, some of them have had also another way to measure them out too. So that's pretty weird. So also coming up on the channel too, this month actually. So we have some really cool things. We have a wedding gift. So my aunt asked for a charcuterie style serving tray, a big one, 2 foot by 3 foot, that's going to be used for a wedding. So that's coming up this month because she had, I think the wedding is like November 1st. So it's coming up in the next few weeks. And then we also, if you guys are familiar with Build Dad Build, that YouTube channel, him and I are going to be doing a collaboration this month for breast cancer awareness. If you guys know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I'm not going to tell you what the project is, but we are working together. He's going to build his own thing. I'm going to build my own thing, but we're going to be using Incredible Solutions, the plastic, and Goodview Woodworks bikini. Okay. So that if you haven't gone on the website to see that color, it's a pink, bright pink. So we'll be working together for that. So he's going to make something on his own, and I'm going to make something on my own, and we're just going to do something in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So that's going to be really cool. Forgettable 7 says, you say that was True Boat, Total Boat, that helped you get through the table that Liquid Glass left you hanging on. Yeah, and it's and I feel like I said, I don't want to speak bad about Liquid Glass because I kind of didn't do their product justice. However, yeah, Total Boat, they reached out to me and hooked me up. They did a good job. So yeah, Forgettable 7. That's how it worked. Steve says, I'll find out soon. Yeah. Coleman says, yes, both sanding and polishing would be great videos. Okay, that's good. I'll have to set those things up. And then Chad says, how much is the liquid plastic? Sorry for the spelling. No, it's all good, Chad. If you go on Amazon for the 3-gallon kit, it's $225, but you can use my 10% off discount code, which is Goodview10WW. Here, I'll type it down in the comments there. Oh, it didn't type. Hold on. It's Goodview. Okay, so if you guys see it, Goodview10WW, use that discount code on checkout. And I think the liquid plastic is for 3 gallons of the liquid plastic, which is their casting epoxy. Yeah, let's see. So $225 for 3 gallons. So you're looking at $75 a gallon. So I'd say it's actually relatively inexpensive. And then so you're looking at $202.50. So you're actually looking at $67.50 per gallon once you use the discount code. So I would say that's pretty inexpensive. Really good deal. I like it. It's a really good product. Renee Porter, mom says, can I get to Amazon via your channel? Yeah, so if you look at any of the descriptions of my videos down in the description, I have an Amazon link to all the products that I use. And all you have to do is click the link. It'll take you right to Amazon. Now, it doesn't cost you any extra, but if you guys buy through my Amazon links, I get a little bit of a commission. It's called an affiliate link. It's not much. I think it's like 4% or something like that. Now, they don't add that on. It's just a commission that I get for you guys getting to Amazon through my link, essentially. Whenever you guys do see those links, if you're gonna buy something, go through the link. That way, it just helps me out a little bit, Plus, got the 10% off discount code for the liquid plastic. You guys can save some money right there. So it's a win-win. Doesn't hurt you guys. Doesn't change how much it costs you guys. So yeah. Chad says, unless you don't have much money to get it to start with. Yeah, I know, right? That's always the challenge. I know epoxy is expensive too, but that was another video too I was thinking about was, how I set up my sales and things like that, because the ultimate goal is you don't want to have to come out of pocket a lot for these big tables, especially if you have a big table like that dining room table that I'm building at the moment. I think so far it's taken 28 or 30 gallons of epoxy to make this table. And so, that's quite a bill. But I would say the trick is to get materials up front. So you want to price your stuff accordingly and have them place a deposit, and then that way you're not coming out of pocket for any of the material costs. Craig Elliott says, "Hey Nate, long time no talk. I've been watching all your videos. How have things been?" Hey Craig, great man. Thanks for watching all the videos too. Things have been really good. If you guys don't know, 2 weeks ago my son was born, and so now we have two babies. One that's only 13 months and one that's 2 weeks old. So our hands are full, and my wife no longer is working full time, so she gets to stay home with the kids. Poor thing. She's doing great. She's an awesome mom. And so that's how it is here, trying to figure out how to do the same things I have been doing with more responsibility than I had before. So as you guys know, it's great. I don't know if you guys are parents or not, but it's great being a parent. However, it can be a little exhausting, especially early on, when you get a little bit less sleep than normal. All worth it though, for sure. So Craig, hopefully that answers your question. And then Chad says, then you have shipping and exchange rate. That's right. Hey Chad, did you end up getting those pigments yet? Renee says, two sweet grandbabies, grandma is happy. That's right. And Forgettable 7 says, awesome, thanks bro, no problem. Craig says, one more and you're even with me. Yeah. Yep. And we may have one more. We'll have to decide that, later on. At least give it a year, right? And Chad says, no, not yet. Sorry, dude. And I was supposed to send you the shipping information too, wasn't I? The tracking number. I can't remember if I sent that to you or not. Let me know, and I'll get that ASAP. I don't think I did, so sorry about that, dude. Really am. All right, so another project that we have coming up. Sorry, dude. I'm sorry, Chad. Another project that we have coming up after that. Once again, you guys heard me talk about it a lot. Is the podcast table, but they actually put that on hold temporarily because they also want. So the people with the dining table want to have benches made too. So that'll be a quick one. No epoxy on the benches, but we're gonna pop out some benches for both sides of the table real quick once that's done, and then we'll get to the podcast table. And what I really like about the podcast table is going to be something different. It's not going to be an oval. It's not going to be round. It's not going to be rectangle or square. It's going to be a quarter of a circle. It's called a serpentine table. And so if you made a donut, it would be literally quarter of a donut. So it's going to be kind of cool, kind of hard to make this form, but I'm pretty excited. I always like a challenge. Craig says my babies are all enjoying sunny Florida while I'm finishing our house. I know, man, it's crazy. So we've been renovating our house since we moved into it 5 years ago, and we probably got at least 70% done. But I'll tell you what, it's amazing when the thought process. You think you're going to get all these things done like in the first year or two, and things really change when you're living in the house. That's for sure. All right, guys. So real quick, if you want to throw up a few more questions, that would be great. Um, anything that you want, this is a Q&A session, you can ask. But if you want to see anything specific, don't hesitate to ask, okay? Thanks, Chad. I appreciate that. I just got your message, man. Um, Craig says, I know the feeling the plan is to be done in February, last February. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, guys, so that's going to be it for this evening Shop Talk Tuesday. I want to thank you guys for chiming in. If you want to support us, support Goodview Woodworks, feel free to go over to patreon.com/goodviewwoodworks and check out the tiers that we have there. They're pretty cool. We have some pretty cool things going up. I want to thank the 11 or 10 people, excuse me, the 10 patrons we already have on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot during the week. And so I just want to thank all of you for the support. It really, really does help. I want to get to a question real quick before we sign off here. And Forgettable 7 says, I got a 2-inch pour, but my rate is a 1/4 inch for each pour. Should I go ahead and buy something for a thicker pour for one cast, or should I go ahead and do it a 1/4 inch at a time? Forgettable 7, that is up to you. Totally up to you. I have done one that you pour a 1/4 inch at a time. It just takes a while, obviously, because you got to wait for setup before you can pour the next layer. And the hard part is, especially if it has color, to get the right ratio of color so they match. So that way, when you look from the side, you don't see the lines every 1/4 of an inch. So it's really up to you what you want to deal with. It will be easier to pour it all at once. However, you do have other risks involved when pouring it thick, especially if you don't have a fan or some way to control the climate inside or wherever you're pouring. But for me, if that were me, I would go with the thicker pour stuff. So hopefully that answers your question. DK is here. So they just made it. So what's up, man? How you doing? And Forgettable says, thank you. I didn't even think about that. All right, guys. Well, look, we're going to sign off for the evening. Thank you for watching. I always appreciate it. It's my favorite time during the week. Tuesdays, come chat with you guys. It's really cool. Thanks again for the super chats. That is just a little amount, but it always helps out. It really does help back so I can keep producing content. So once again, thank you for that. Actually, look, we got a couple more comments right here. Joshua says, hi from New Hampshire. Just found your channel for mixing color. Mix the total amount needed into one part. That way the color is the same all the way through. That is a good point, Joshua. You could do that. But as far as newbies go, it is hard to see if the hardener and the epoxy is mixed thoroughly when the pigment is in there. So you totally can do it, especially if you have experience with mixing the two together. But as far as beginners, I would say for a beginner not to do that, just because you need to get familiar with mixing the two parts first before you go and mix color into just the epoxy or just the hardener, depending on whichever you want to do. So Joshua Trot, thanks for that. That's a great tip. I would just say wait until you're a little bit, for the beginners, wait till you're a little bit more experienced before trying that. So guys, thanks again. I will catch you on the next one. Catch you next week. Thank you for watching. And as always, thanks for hanging out with us. Have a good night, and I will see you later on in the week.